We've got Chris Phillips here, and it's time for QB1, and we're talking about Jalen Hurts. What a story in Philadelphia. It has been good to be a Philly sports fan, and I'm wondering if Jalen Hurts is the guy, Chris, that's going to lead Philly to a Super Bowl.
He's on the way right there. They are looking fabulous right now. That team has got a defense, they've got an offense, they've got a quarterback, they've got playmakers. I mean, it's really hard to see the areas of weaknesses for this team. They've got it all. They've got a top corner in Darius Slay. They've got AJ Brown, who is a game breaker, and that opposing defenses always have to worry about. And if you spend too much time worrying about AJ Brown, oh, by the way, they've got Devontae Smith just on the other side of the field that can dice up the opponent as well. So they are a very loaded team, very complete team. And yeah, like you said, it's good to be a Phillies fan this season.
What is it that you're seeing from Jalen Hurts that he's been able to do so much better this year compared to last year?
I think just a lot more confidence and a lot more familiarity with the offense. It's another season with Nick Sirianni as his coach. It's another season with him being the starter, and he's just got a lot more familiarity with the offense and some of the players on his team. And by the way, they added AJ Brown, who is a dynamic player, and that has only served to help everybody on the team. It's allowed Jalen Hurts to thrive, to become even better than he was last season. It's allowed the offense to take it to another level. And you have all of that just forming a nice, big offensive explosion that we're seeing this team just kind of run through everybody. Like no team have they faced has really been able to stop or slow them down or given anybody sort of a concern that, yeah, Philly's not going to pull this game out. Like Philly has the answers there. They can go and do it. And it's allowed Jalen Hurts to do what he does best in an NFL environment and to be able to throw the ball deep and use his legs to, create havoc and just, by the way, be another point of torture for defenses to be worried about.
With all the pieces that you've identified, I mean, do you see them running the table?
Oh man, that would be cool. That really would be cool to see happen. I don't know if they can. I think some of it is just the fact that they're a Philadelphia team, and I'm sorry, Philadelphia Eagles fans and all Philadelphia sports fans, you guys just don't have a great track record of coming through in kind of big moments. So I would love to see the Eagles run the table, be 16-0. I do think they can. I think they have the talent. I mean, that defense is good. That offense is explosive. They've got pass rushers. They've got a secondary, and they definitely have all the pieces in order to do that. It just being able to do that over the course of a full season in the NFL, it's only been done once, and it's only been done once for a reason, because it is extremely hard to do. The closest that anybody ever saw in the last 30 years was the New England Patriots that did it, and they wound up losing in the Super Bowl. So even though they had a undefeated regular season, they still couldn't go a perfect season on the year. And I don't know if Philly can do that. They have all the talent in the world to get it done. I just don't know if I could bet any money on them to actually follow through.
Listen, even if you're close, you still have to feel like you're in a pretty good spot if you're Philly fans or if you're Philly. And I wonder, in your mind, has Jalen Hurts kind of solidified, at least throughout where we are right now in the season, the fact that he is a franchise quarterback, that he's deserving of that title?
I think so. He was one of the quarterbacks that was when he was coming out of the draft that I felt, if he goes to a good situation with a team that doesn't expect him to come in and immediately be a Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or something like that, so if they can expect him to come in and kind of develop and bring him along, something similar to like how Josh Allen was in Buffalo, I think Jalen Hurts could be a star quarterback. And we're seeing that. He got his shot, in his rookie year to do that. He got a starting gig last year, and he's the starter again this year. Now there are still some whispers about how Philadelphia may want to draft a more, I don't even know what the right word would be, but a more solid franchise quarterback with this upcoming draft, because they had some questions about Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts' play this season has shown that they don't need to. They've got a lot of first round picks, I believe 3 in the top 20 for this upcoming draft. I think they should use those 3 picks to elsewhere on their team, whether that's on defense or maybe trade back and gain another first round pick in a next year or two or something like that. Just, keep their options open. Philadelphia's in a really great spot with everything they have. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Jalen Hurts is having the best season of his career and validating anybody's belief that he could be a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is something of a coming out party for him and well deserved, but you don't really think about him as like the Josh Allens of the world or the Joe Burrows of the world for whatever reason. I don't think that he has garnered that level of respect maybe for what he's capable of doing. I mean, is that where do you kind of rank him in the hierarchy of quarterbacks? Is that a fair assessment, or have we just not seen enough of what he's capable of?
I think coming into the season, that's more than a fair assessment. I think now that the season's gotten underway, I think everyone needs to realize that Jalen Hurts is up in that echelon of quarterbacks out there. He is a guy that you want to have on your team. I mean, he's mobile like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. He can throw the ball deep with his cannon arm like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. He's got playmakers around him that can make this offense dynamic and fun. I mean, he's got a lot of the tools that, people like to throw praise on for Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Can he throw cross his body without looking like Patrick Mahomes? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but how many guys can do that, and how great of a throw is that really? I mean, when you're not looking where you're throwing it, it's bound to have some failure at some point, but it is still cool to see nonetheless. But I think Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this season, and he's proving it to everybody out there. And I think there's still going to be some doubters that will still look at him and say, well, he doesn't do this or he doesn't do that. And that's fine. I think he will enjoy that hating from those fans and remember it and use it as fuel to continue to get better.